Anyone? Hang on 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's waiting to go. Do we have the power? I've got all kinds of screens coming up. Can anyone hear me out there? Okay, we've got sound. We're on. We're live, everyone. Welcome to Psychic Sundays. We've had a bit of a nightmare. Okay, I've got Christos, my nephew, on the line. So any messages that are going to come in, we've got Vicky. Hi, Vicky. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, give me a yes. Give me a wave, everyone. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Psychic Sundays. So I've got my nephew. He's going to be calling in with all your questions and answers. We're going to do a few aura readings. Any questions that have been emailed in, we're going to go as much as we possibly can for the next hour. So we are running a little bit late, but we can't stop anything going. So it's a nice night anyway. So at least we're all on. Have you got your cup of tea? Have you got your biscuits? Well, don't have your biscuits because you might be putting some weight on. So anyway, enjoy the night. So we've got a few cards, and this card means rest, but don't fall asleep because the spirits might be around you. Anyway, you know I mentioned last week, if anyone missed the show, I use these cards basically as a tool. So they will represent the person that I'm actually reading for. And there's two areas that I read, and you can read on a psychic level. That means whether you're going to move house or, you know, relationship or different things. Sometimes we'll pick up, sometimes we'll get it absolutely spot on. Some areas we might not be too good on. Now, the other bit is mediumship. Mediumship, obviously, is best done with the person face to face. And I'll tell you why. Because they haven't got a physical body when they cross over to the spirit world. They've got a spirit body. And that means if a certain person is coming through, what you need as much data as you possibly can. So when we're looking for data, when someone's coming through, if you've got a gentleman, say that someone's dad and he's 63 years of age, we're looking for that type of detail, and the data, maybe the day that he's passed over, that type of information, what a good medium would be looking for. But also as well, is that you never ever know what data is actually going to come through. So you can't tell. And also, how many people are with them on the other side? Are you with an uncle? Are you with an auntie? That's the type of information when you go for a mediumship reading. So we've got a few people on the line. So we're going to stick light-hearted now to questions, aura readings. Or we can give you short questions, because if I could hear your voice, it would be better. But eventually, we will have where you can actually call into the show, which will be great. I hope you enjoyed last Sunday. We had a laugh. We couldn't even cut off live, to be honest with you. So this is all new. So I'm hoping Christos is going to help me out big time with these phone calls in a minute. Kerry, Joe, are you still online, Christos?
I'm still online.
Oh, we are. We've got Christos online. Let me see if you can hear you. Can you hear Christos, everyone?
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
No, hang on a second, Christos. Just give me a second. Give me a minute. Let me.
I can just call you back.
Okay, call me back. Wait. Go on. You hear me now? Okay, so anyway, Christos is going to call back, and then we're going to get on with the show tonight. Any spooky spirits? Anyone got any ghosts sitting next to them? Anyone's house haunted at the moment? So let me just get. Okay, can you hear me now, Christos? Okay, can you hear Christos, everyone?
I think we finally made it.
We finally made it. Okay, so do you want to fire away a few questions?
Yeah, we should do a little recap about last.
Yeah, well, last Sunday we covered a lot. We've done some aura readings. We've done like people that was emailing questions in. So I think we'll crack on because we're running a little bit late. So we'll crack on with. We've got a few people online now. If you share it, there will be whoever shares it. We'll pick a winner out for a private reading at the end of the show. It'll be me phoning you. Also, as well, there's a couple of people online that won a couple of these books last week. This is my book. Wasn't it, Christos? Was the one person that said, how do we know if it's Joe Power that we're getting the reading of?
Basically, they're asking for their online readings only. How can they know it's you speaking to them?
Is that what it? Well, yeah. Well, basically, you'll recognise my voice, and also as well, if you go online and you go on my website, you can always find me there. So you'll either get in touch with Christos or you'll get in touch with yourself, but you'll only get the private reading off myself. There will be no other team. It will just basically be me. If that's a phone reading or a house reading, it will be me direct, because Christos cannot give readings. I'm only messing, by the way. Okay, well, he's well, you can't, can you?
Yeah, what's your thoughts on being a Malaysian woman for a week, Joe?
My thoughts, okay, he's taking the mickey now, everyone. So basically, last week, someone was pretending to be me, Joe Power, and I basically was a lady from Malaysia. But I wasn't really. It was someone that was trying to con you lot into phoning Joe Power, and the person we found out was from Malaysia. So be careful. You will only get in touch with me or Christos if you phone up for a private reading or a house visit or whatever. So anyway, that is it. That's it, Christos. So you did get a dig in there.
Serious questions now.
Yeah, serious questions now. Let's get on with the on with it. There's quite a few people online now.
So Louise from County Limerick, sorry. I'm not sure you're going to be able to answer this, but I might as well give it in. So she's saying that she's contacted you before, and she always watches your videos. She knows you go to Limerick a lot, and she's actually from the county of Limerick, but lives in London. She's hoping you can help her in any way. The question is, are the circumstances going to change in a relationship or on a financial level? I know that's a really broad question, but I'm just getting a lot of say. So if you can get a question for that, maybe it'll clear it up for a lot more.
Okay, at the moment, she seems to be sort of just, it feels like she's just sort of stuck and waiting for change. I would say that there will be change within the next 2 months. Now, is that to do with relationship? No. Is it to do with like sort of the, in just general? Yeah, but I would say is that she will eventually get there, eventually, but it's not quite yet. Do you know what I'm saying? So things are moving, but they're not moving as fast as she wants them to move, if that makes any sense. Yeah, I can also see legal property, so that it may be something that is coming in the future, by the way. But a warning as well, she needs to stay away from legal stuff. So she might need to be a little bit more careful with legal issues coming up.
Okay, then going to Samantha Lakes from Dublin now, Joe.
Samantha what, sorry?
Samantha Lakes from Dublin.
Okay, so Samantha, hi, if you're online. Give us a smile or a couple of love hearts, or let you know you're online. Go on.
So she said her sister died in April last year, and she shared a house with her sister. She never left a will, and so now her share has to be divided with herself and another 5 family members. That means that she's going to have to sell stuff to actually pay them. And her question is, whereabouts does her future lie? Does she stay in Dublin, basically, or does she move away? I have a sister in Wales, she's saying. She's very, very close to, and she's given the option to move over there. The house has always been the family home, and I've never lived anywhere else. I'm wondering what my mum and dad would make of all this. Sorry for the long mail, but I'm recently struggling with this.
Okay, but I need to slow down. It's too much to absorb straight away. Okay, so Samantha, I'm really extremely sorry about your sister. And obviously, it's a really awkward time with dividing the house, and you're still grieving at this present time. But so whether we like it or not, we have to adapt to change, and we can't change what has happened to the sister. Now, basically, your aura levels are going to be flat. You're going to be feeling negative. You're going to be in 2 minds what to do, because you're left in a really awkward situation. Not that you've just lost a certain person, but also you're stuck in limbo on whether you should move or not. I feel is that you may not have any choice to move, but I do feel is that it will come good for you in the end. But but it's just trying to work on yourself now and get the balance and try and accept of where you are and try and stay as strong as you possibly can. So, you know, at the moment, you know, I think things will be probably sorted out within the next, say, month and a half, where you make a firm decision whether you're going to move or not. But that still sounds optimistic with the move as well. So, you know, even though out of a negative, you have to create a positive out of the negative. But I think you should just work on yourself first, you know, accept where you are, what you've got, and what you've had taken away from you. And slowly, you must build up on that, and then you'll make the right decisions. And I'll be honest with you, it could take you about 12 months to get your aura back into sort of moving again and finding you. It's not going to be an easy process. It could take about 12 months before things start to balance and steady out for you. So I hope everything works out. I'm extremely sorry, obviously, with your sister. Maybe on a private reading, we'll try and get it through some other time for you. But please stick in and be strong at the moment, and the rest of the family. Okay, thank you. Okay, Julie, hi to the show, Julian Walsh, if you're listening.
So this question's a lot similar to what other people are saying, Joe. She's saying that her ring is missing, and I don't know if it's been robbed, whether it's been in a safe place. She actually thinks it's been stolen. What would your take on this?
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest, I can't even find my keys in the house, never mind someone's thing. But my gut instinct, let me just see if I feel if it's in. I think she should trust the gut instinct, because I think I don't know whether it's stolen or, you know, basically I think she should trust, because that's the first thing that I was getting. You know, I think an instinct's right that it may not appear. Let's hope I'm wrong and it does. But I noticed that her aura is quite glowing. It's got a lovely blue, purple into the auric field. She needs to start being more of herself. And also, she needs to sort the work out a lot more stronger. I don't know if she does, but it's going to be something in the future that she'll need to sort this out. But also, over the next half a year. But, okay. Yeah.
She says, Joe, where do I begin? I've tried so many times to get a message for my sister. She passed 5 years ago, suddenly, unexpected. I tend to be grieving more now rather than the years go on. I have so many questions and I don't know where to begin. Can she see us? Does she feel the same pain we do? How often is she with me personally? Where is she? Who is? And what's it like? So basically what she's asking is, how does the spirit world look and how does it work? How can you interpret that?
Okay. So, what was her name? Michelle what, sorry?
Michelle O'Donnell.
Okay, so Michelle, so sorry to hear about your sister.
No bullshit, I'm okay with whatever. I've made peace with...
She said no what, sorry, no what was that?
She says, no bullshit, I'm okay with whatever.
I like your style, Michelle. Yeah, okay, speak how you want, okay, but we have to keep the language, but I like your style because that tells me a little bit about you. You're straightforward. Now, basically, I can give you an insight into what happens. Obviously, you haven't fully dealt with the loss of your sister, and you're not, because she was special to you, and you're always going to have that connection, that special bond, that someone that's being taken away. Other words, part of your heart is being ripped out, and sometimes there is no healing. You can't fix it. We have to just live with it and learn to like sort of try to move on. Now, the best insights I can give you into the spirit world is she with you. She will be with you because you've been thinking about her more, and that has triggered more sort of memories of emotions. You're feeling your sister's energy next to you. And because you don't know what's happening, you're not able to deal with it. And then it's heartache. The pain and everything is like a heartache to you. So you're actually feeling it more closer. But then again, she could be coming closer to you because she needs to be with you while you're going through this difficult time in finding your pathway and your balance. Now, basically, when they go to the other side, okay, they don't have any pain whatsoever, whether they pass with cancer, whatever they pass with, everything completely goes away. And it's one of the most wonderful feelings that you can ever imagine. But it's like looking at me and me looking at myself passed over on the couch. I'm not relieved that I'm still alive, but all the stress and all the emotion, all the problems in life are completely gone from you. That's the best way, and you can see so clearly on the other side. So I hope that answers your question, and I really hope that you can start like sort of understanding the process that don't listen to negative people, don't be around them. There is another side. You're here to learn. We're here to learn through pain, through knowledge, through growth. Try and do something special. I think you're doing absolutely fabulous. And also, it's great that you've asked the question, because you really need to understand. Talk to her. Sit down one night when you're not, with a pen and a piece of paper. You'll always see me. I'll have a pen and a piece of paper. Anyone that's ever seen me go and do readings, I always have a pen and a piece of paper, because you sit down and just write, and you'll notice if anything unusual comes within thought, and then you'll start learning to see if that's the sound. You'll hear your voice, but your sister could be talking through your mind's voice. Just write down. It might not work, but it might work eventually. Or the other time when they do come through is in dreams. You might not expect it, and all of a sudden you'll get a dream or a visitation, and then they'll come through. I hope that answers you, and the best of luck as well.
Yeah, that's perfect, Joe. It actually connects to the next question.
Christos, can I just make sure that everyone can hear you on there? Can everyone hear Christos? Okay.
Everyone just confirm that you can hear me, guys. Just say yes, Christos.
Okay. We've just got a nice lady. I've just missed the name. She says, "How can we strengthen our aura?" That's great. That's a great question. Okay, basically, our aura is the magnetic field, which is our energy field. It's basically us. So the best way of strengthening it is like looking. We have to be positive, and we have to have direction in what we want. We have to look after ourselves. By looking after ourselves, we create a better you. We have to have, when there's obstacles in the way, we have to deal with the obstacles in the way. That's how we strengthen who we are as a person. Healthy living, healthy eating, healthy mind, being who you are. Don't try and change who you are, only if you need to improve who you are. And I think the most important thing as well is definitely, a young mind. It doesn't matter whether you're 88 or 99. People with a young, healthy outlook and a good aura, normally, it doesn't matter what age, whether you're 85 or whatever, you can be like a 40-year-old. So by strengthening it is balancing yourself up. Okay, now there's all forms of meditation. If I sit down on a chair, I get bored to death. So that meditation is no good for me. Meditation can be in all different forms. You can actually go running, you can go jogging, you can play music. It's all forms of meditation. And I just think by strengthening the aura, it's key to get a grip of who you are, what you want, where your direction lies, and be who you are. Live you. That is the number one thing. And then you'll find the happiness or the inner peace. And if you don't find the happiness and the inner peace, you'll start to balance and strengthen yourself out anyway. Because, most people are not happy. There's a lot of people outside that are not happy. No one can pretend, everything is happy, everything's perfect. Because life isn't like that. That's why we're here to learn. So that's one technique of strengthening the aura. I hope that helps. And I hope as well, one day that you start doing the healing and maybe the psychic work and a little bit of teaching a little bit later on. But I don't think you're ready until the next 15 months. I see a lot of changes around in the next 15 months. Yeah? So good luck. Sorry, Christos.
That's fine. Everyone's saying that they can hear me. They just want me to talk a bit louder. So I hope.
Okay, so I'll put this a little bit closer so they can hear you. Go on then.
Alright. So this is a really interesting one, John. This is from Katrina Lawler.
Sorry, pronounce that again.
It's Katrina Lawler.
Katrina Laura. Lawler. Okay. Hi, Katrina.
Okay. So she's saying her son is just 11 months old, and every day he sits at a picture of his nan and talks to her and says Nana in Afrikaans. Afrikaans is an African dialect, basically. Since we moved to this country, she's saying.
Is he English?
Yeah, she's saying since we moved to this country.
Ooh, spooky. Spooky. Okay, so yeah, because basically that young child. Did you say how old's the child?
It's 11 months.
So 11 months. So the child can speak at 11 months.
No, he's just saying weird her name, which is impossible.
And it's in a. And they can recognise that voice in Africa because obviously they're African family.
Yeah, so the word it's impossible for him to know.
Okay, so that is really uncanny, really spooky and unusual, but only in a nice way, because what that tells me, a baby is pure, and when they come from the other side, they're still actually connected to the spirit world. The half in this world and half in the other world. And like I was saying to the other person before, is that when spirits come through, they can communicate through people. And they will hear that voice. So if the baby is repeating that voice in a foreign language, yeah, that will be one of the nans or grandparents, whatever the voice is, that will be someone connected to the family, keeping that child safe. But it also tells me as well that the baby must, well, maybe one day have a unique gift. But nothing to worry about, but fascinating to hear something like that, because it's very, very unusual. You can imagine your baby speaking a different language, and they can relate to that language. You know, really, really uncanny, but spooky and interesting. I like the sound of that one. Okay, so.
I've got another one here, Joe. It's, before we go on to the next question, just remind everyone that we're going to give a free reading at the end.
No, we're not giving a free reading, Christos. We're not getting a free reading. You know why? Because they haven't shared it. If you haven't shared, you're not getting a free reading. We're picking one winner, by the way. If they're being naughty, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
So.
I know you don't like giving free readings, but we have to do it, mate.
No, I don't mind giving free readings, Christos, right? But if they haven't shared it, they're not in the competition.
Yeah, I'll be checking them, mate. Don't worry about that.
Okay, we'll check them. We'll do a check on them a bit later on, yeah. Okay, so.
So going back to Grace. She's from the UK, and Grace actually thinks she's psychic. She's always felt energy since she was small, and she would say things to her family that they found weird. It was all one day. Dad came home, and when she was about 15, she asked him about the new colleague who was with him, without him even mentioning him to her, basically. And he was a new colleague. I've also been having dreams about things that came true a few days or months later, and I can predict what people are about to say to me before they say it. I also I'm connected to other energies, and I can feel the connections. I don't know how to channel all this and how to use it, so I'm reaching out to someone who has experience with it and help with figuring it out. So how would someone experiencing all these things, what's the best way for them to channel it or
Okay, so let's deal with what it's Grace, you said, didn't it? Grace what, sorry?
Grace from the UK.
Okay, hi Grace from the UK. Okay, so Grace, let's go back into what you actually said, right? There's a couple of things that's interesting. So psychic, anyone that picks up feelings, thoughts, emotions, or pre-know things is on the psychic level. But what I was more interested in what you said is that about the, what was it, the bit about the dad, she knew about the new job or something. Yeah, so that would tell me more that there was a spirit that was communicating with Grace, yeah, without her realizing she's picking up data and information, but it would be more than a psychic level because it would be impossible for her to know that because you'd have to have a spirit that would pass that thought and transfer it into your order, if that makes any sense here. And that would be sent to the subconscious mind. So that is someone from the other side that has told her that information. But what it does tell you is that it tells you two things about Grace, is that she has the ability of being psychic, but it also, as me being a teacher, I would be looking more on the psychic and the mediumship side. Now, the other part of the question is, where do you go to get taught? There's obviously spiritual churches, there's plenty of places around the UK, but you've got to be really careful, because I remember going into, you know, basically when I first started off and I was going into like a circle, and I would know that I was picking up things like Grace and different things, but it's how you channel it, that's the main thing. But I would try and go to a really good medium, someone that is really recommended. You don't have to be on TV or radio or whatever, because sometimes you'll find people that they might be on TV, but when it comes down to the actual mediumship and the psychic and the learning and the teaching, it might be a little old woman around the corner that is absolutely fantastic that can teach her or bring her on. But she must go to someone that is really recommended as a good teacher, because she needs to develop her psychic skills and then maybe move up onto the medium. It's a good job she's not in my class, because you know what I do? I'm psychic boot camp, aren't I? Anyone that comes in my class, I am really, really strict. I get you up and I make sure, and then if you're wrong, I tell you to sit down. But I am strict, only for your own good, by the way. So maybe we'll do that one time, yeah, on a Zoom call.
Yeah. Debbie says, Happy Scouts Day, Joe.
Happy Scouts Day, Deb. I hope Liverpool are winning, by the way.
Yeah, I think it's 2-0, though.
Yeah, okay, that sounds good. Any Man United supporters, I still like it. Don't go off. I'm fine with you, or Chelsea or whatever. All stay calm.
Okay, going to Kelly from Liverpool, Joe.
Okay, hi Kelly.
Just wondering if you can see lights from the corner of your eye. Is this a sign? On a few occasions, I see some lights. Is this past loved ones?
Okay.
I see a flash at the corner of her eye or something. That's a sign.
Okay, the only way to know that, right, is basically, if you see a flash, it doesn't mean it's a spirit or it's someone there. But if she's seeing a flash and she's thinking of a certain person at the time when she sees the flash, or something comes up unusual, normally that is a sign.
Okay.
Yeah? So basically, if I see a sort of an energy in the room now, I would know if it was a flash or whatever. If someone come to me straight away, I would know that that was a communication. If it was just a flash from a light or whatever, I would just dismiss it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Rachel Collins, so you just said that you've mentioned a few times on her readings that she had problems with her stomach, and she actually has an appointment next week. Hope everything will be alright.
Okay, so Rachel, obviously, whenever I give a reading out, I'm not a doctor and I never proclaim that. But sometimes in the aura, when I do a lot of readings for people, I might go to a certain part and say, go and get that checked, because I'm guided to tell you to get it checked. And I always do say to you, listen, there may not be nothing wrong, but just get it checked anyway, just so I know that you're okay. So fingers crossed that everything will be okay, by the way.
Okay, go to Catherine Corner.
Catherine what, sorry?
Catherine Corner. Corner from the football.
Oh, Catherine Corner.
Yeah, Corner.
Okay, hi Catherine Corner. Unusual. So we've got you in a corner now, Catherine. Okay.
So Catherine says, hi Joe, my daughter has weird dreams of dead
I'd like to know. Sorry, go on. I'd like to know how old the daughter was. If the daughter is young, I would try and comfort her and try not to guide her in this direction. Because if she's too young, I would not mention anything about psychics, mediums, because you need to let them get on with their education, with the schoolwork, whatever they're doing. So I wouldn't encourage them. But if she's a little bit older, she's obviously getting visitations and she's extra sensitive. Now, it depends whether she wants to go down that pathway or she just might have a gift herself, but there's nothing to be frightened of. It's just that she's dreaming of people on the other side. But that's, again, another sign that there's always one or two members that are very gifted in the family. But because she doesn't know what it is, it's basically people from the other side, you know, that are trying to give her messages, but she doesn't understand it. But maybe one day that she might turn, it might be later on in life that she turns more into the spiritual side of life.
Okay. We got Shelly Ann Hanson. Did you get that, Joe?
Yeah, sorry, I was just having a drink. You didn't give me a second to like it. Okay, Shelly Ann, yeah, Hanson.
Shelly Ann Hanson.
Yeah, hi Shelly.
Two recent people in her life passed in the last 6 months of two different tragic circumstances. She's lost and she's asking, will she be okay and are they ever with her?
Okay, so first of all, Shelly, really, really sorry that you've lost two special people. Must be absolutely awful and terrible. One more than the other seems to be with you at this present time, to be honest with you. But when you say are people with you, they will stay with you until you feel 100% that you can move on, and they will always come in and out of your life to guide you anyway. So I hope that answers your question. But I do feel that one more than the other. But like I said, if we were having a one-to-one on a mediumship side now, I'd like to try and bring the person through and bring the, you know, who it was, because I want names, information, data, that type of thing. And it's no good doing it over a computer when I can't hear your voice or can't see you. It's better done on a live reading.
Definitely. I've got Tracy Lawson. She's got an excellent question here, Joe.
Has Tracy Lawton been on before?
I'm not sure, you know.
I recognise that name.
I don't think so, no.
She's not trying to sneak two. She's not trying to sneak two questions, is she? Come on then, Trace.
So, Tracy Lawton says, her mum has Alzheimer's. I don't even know.
Alzheimer's, yeah, sorry, okay.
When she passes, will she be okay, or will she be back to normal and happy again? So when she
Okay, so Trace, I'm really sorry about mum, because it's obviously a terrible situation you're going through. Now, like I said to the other, when people pass over, your mum will not have the condition, because it's a physical, it's a body where they lose the memory, basically everything in this life. But when they go to the other side, they know exactly who they are. So mum will remember things, and then if you go and see a good medium, not a psychic by the way, mum will be able to give you data and information that you know that she's okay. She'll be able to bring things up. It might be little things, but it'll show you that mum is back to what she was. So really sorry that mum is going through a terrible time, and also you as well and the family in dealing with that situation at the moment. So wish you the best of luck. But yeah, 100 million% is that when they cross over, they go back to the normal selves. Unless the only other way a person goes into the dark side is basically if you had someone that committed, like, say, 4 or 5 murders, and basically they got away with it in this life, yeah? Basically, the universal energy and the law on the other side, people think that they might get away with certain crimes, and basically things... Well, basically, my next book is called The 7 Deadly Sins. This is people if not in government, in real life, that are making like, or you know, that have killed people and mass murder and different things. But when then people go to the other side, they might find that they might get everything on this side of life and enjoy everything and ruin people's lives and take people's lives. But I know for a fact that some people will be sentenced to, say, 50 years in darkness, 75 years in darkness. So that means that they are completely in darkness for the rest, for like, say, 75 years. Like judges in this life, they will not get away with it when they go over to the other side. Some people might have only got, say, 12 years for taking someone's life. But realistically, is that when they go to the other side, if they haven't been forgiven properly or they haven't been dealt with, they will be dealt with on the other side of life. And that is the dark side. And that's why everyone asks, is there a devil? Is there a God? Of course there is. Most people will go to greed and go to the devil because it's easier to take. Most spiritual people will have a good, basically good mind and good people. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, people do little things wrong every day in life. But it's when you get real evil people, they go to the darkness without any doubt.
Yeah. Okay. Anne-Marie Nielsen here, Joe.
And who, sorry?
Anne-Marie Nielsen.
Oh, is she related to me? The Nielsens are part of my family. Where's she from?
Not really sure. Must be from... I can't really tell, Joe.
Okay, well... Okay.
The fact is, she's seen spirits. She thinks she has a gift, but she definitely doesn't like it. She scares the life out of her, and she wants to stop it. How can she stop it?
Okay, so the best thing to do, right, is first of all is fear. When we hear fear, right, it builds up inside us. I mean, basically when COVID come out, the whole lot, the world was in complete fear. They told us to wash our hands every single day. I think I was going to wash my hands about 50 times a day. I made my sister sit in the garden outside on a chair. Yeah. So by creating fear, that's basically what's happening. So she's building up fear inside the subconscious mind. Yeah. And then because she doesn't realize and how to deal with it, right? It's like a light switch. It's like switching it on and off. The only way of getting rid of things like that is being more strengthen a self inside. That might be, say, taking something more, whether it's swimming, jogging, running, and eventually the subconscious mind will start to forget that fear, and then she'll be able to move on with her life. It could take 6 months. It won't go straight away. Yeah? But she must overcome her fear, and she must understand if she's getting the feelings, she doesn't like it, she doesn't want that pathway, she doesn't have to have it. But what she does have to understand, she has to overcome fear. And the only way of overcoming fear is to get physically and mentally fitter, and the mind and the subconscious mind will forget it, and then that energy will go away. And she needs to be strong as well. She needs to say, she needs to be more powerful in the mind. She doesn't want it. She can switch it off herself.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay. Marie-Anne Joe says she smells roses half the way up the stairs, which comes and goes suddenly when she's only halfway up the stairs.
Okay, can you repeat that again? Sorry.
So, Marie-Anne is saying that she can smell roses halfway up the stairs, which comes and goes suddenly, and she can only smell the smell half the way up the stairs.
Okay, so okay, it's an odd one, right? But the first thing that comes to my mind, what I would want to know, did someone fall down them stairs and was they killed? Yeah. So that was my first instinct. Yeah. So basically, obviously, red roses, funeral. Most of the time, people will use red roses. But I'm just wondering whether, I would want to check that situation out. If I was with her, then I'd be tuning into that energy to see if it was a yes or a no. And also, I'd want to know what she was feeling when she smelled them roses. Was she feeling anyone around her? Was she feeling any energies around her? So you'd really need to be with her to see what she's actually picking up. But interesting, very interesting. But, you know, if you were just to give it a rash answer and just say, oh, it's a lady and it's your nan on the stairs, it doesn't mean it is. You need to find out more of exactly what she's feeling, what she's picking up, what she's receiving at that specific time. And also, how often does it occur?
Okay. Let me just find out another question here, Joe.
I hope you should all join it. Psychic Sundays with Joe Power. And 2 people have won this book, The Man Who Sees Dead People. Great read. So if you have you won the competition, Chris? That's 2 people won, haven't you?
Finished the competition. I've contacted the winners personally.
Okay, but should we give it to someone else, or should we keep the original winners?
No, we're keeping the original winners.
Well, mine's in the morphing case to look at. Okay, that's fine.
So I was switched on, mate. You can't do that today.
Okay, go on.
Okay.
Have we got anyone from America, Canada, New Zealand?
Yeah, we've got people from Australia. We've got people from Scotland.
Let's pick on one of them. Let's pick on one of them Aussies.
Let's find an Aussie.
I like Australia. I've never been, but I mean, it's one of them places that appeals. It's you know, it sounds really great, doesn't it?
Definitely, John. Definitely. We
So,
need to go over there.
yeah, we'll try and get over there.
When are you actually going back to Ireland, though? There's so many messages coming in saying when are you coming back?
Well, because obviously the lockdown restrictions at the moment, there's no travel, so basically that's why we're doing a couple of these Psychic Sundays to keep people interested. To be honest with you, we never thought we were going to go on Facebook Live, because I normally just go out to people's houses and do shows or different things, or a few TV programs and different things. So we're enjoying that. It's a bit stressful, but like, you know, we're enjoying it. It's knowledge as well. And your questions, believe it or not, are great, because it's good, it's interesting what you're actually picking up yourselves. You're all learning.
Yeah. I'm learning what to tell the people as well. Do you know what I mean? As we go along.
You're doing good, lad. You're doing good.
Oh, my God, Joe, this is a massive trap. I mean,
Say it. Yeah, of course, yeah.
okay, this is Joanne Darcy.
And it's Joanne from Australia.
No, she's not Australia, but it's a really interesting question.
Okay, so let's go with Joanne. Hi, Joanne Darcy.
So, she says, are children close to the spirit? My daughter, when she was small, always spoke to spirits, and she sometimes still says things that would be correct. She's 9 now, and even on her wedding day, when she was 3, she had a full-blown conversation with someone in the room. She told me my dad was in my car with me last week, and she blurted out. She said my granddad was laughing, and she said, you're going to fail your driving test again. When she was small, she had a boy in her room who she said he had died in a fire and can't find his mum. I slept with her one night, and she said he was there and wanted to know, did I know where his mum was?
Okay, that's right.
What she's saying is she's having so many experiences, there's loads of examples here of how she can demonstrate that she is experienced.
Okay, so let me cover with children. Very important with children, because children are much more sensitive. They've just come from a world where is pure, which is natural, which is, you know, basically they've come from one world and then they come into this world. So they're extra sensitive. Children are extra sensitive in every single way. So basically they can pick up information or speak to people on the other side. Not all children, because some are extra sensitive than others. And they come out with the most uncanny things that only that person on the other side could have said. And that could scare people as well. But I think the interesting thing is that she's coming out with information that is unusual. So that means that she's extra sensitive child. But if I was the mum now, I would actually try and move her away from that at the moment, yeah, and basically concentrate on the school and all the different things that's going on. Because if she's meant to do it, she'll do it natural anyway later on in life. Yeah. So I would definitely not encourage them at this present time. I would talk about it with them and just let them know, but make sure that they try and move the child's mind into like reality of what's going on now to focus in this world. Because like I said, if she's got a gift, she has got a gift. If she's meant to use it, she might use it with something else. She mightn't do mediumship or psychic. She could end up being on TV. She could end up being music. You know, there's gifts, everything, everywhere.
Yeah. Okay. Going to Vicky Clancy, Joe. I think we asked a similar question, but I just think it's weird.
Hi, Vicky Clancy, if you're listening.
She says, how long does it take for a person to pass before you can connect?
Okay, so I think we answered this one last week, yeah? Basically, it depends how strong the person is, yeah? And also the circumstances of how they died. Because basically, if I go into someone's house and do a private reading, I want to try and make communication within the first 15 to 20 seconds with either, you know, the person that they want or another member of the family. So basically, when someone passes over, I think I explained this last week when I was doing a private reading, not too far from here, from Liverpool. I'm just outside of Liverpool. And when I went to the actual family's house, when I was doing the reading with the people, is that the coffin was in the next room without me realising. And I did say that the guy that come through, the brother, I think it was a brother-in-law, I can't remember, he said, tell them to take the tie off because he didn't wear the tie. So basically, someone can come through within hours. If they're strong enough and they realise what's happened and they want to get through and they know where they are, they can come through straight away. There's not a certain amount of time. The only thing that you will get mixed up with, if you go through to someone and they don't come through for you, it could be the medium that is wrong. It could be me that is not picking up your person on the other side. I could be having an off day, or you've actually gone to the wrong person. You've gone to a psychic. If you go to a psychic and you want to bring your mum through, or your dad, or your son, or your brother, you need to have a medium. And the difference between psychic is basically a psychic is able to predict and pick up feelings, thoughts, and communication. But that doesn't mean is that they can pick up, say, someone's dad that is 56. His name is Alan. He's got 4 brothers, 2 sisters, and that's the type of data. That is mediumship. Yeah. And if anyone is watching out there, wherever you are, you know, you do need to go to a proper medium. You know, and basically you should be able to get them through more or less, I would say, straight away, really, or within weeks or months, yeah.
Yeah. Joe, you know, Kelly Joe, I think she's shared this video about 20 times, and she's saying she wants to know if mum's okay. She's been passed for the last 11 months.
Okay, so Kelly, obviously we're just doing a Facebook Live now, it doesn't mean I'm communicating with your mum, because, you know, I'd be lying with you, because it's too fast. You have to tune in. You have to get data to see if that is your actual mum that's coming through. But 100%, your mum will be absolutely fine, with no doubt about it. Good people always are absolutely fine on the other side. They're looking after you. They're more concerned about you. And the more you send thoughts up to mum, the more she will be content that you are moving on and she's speaking to you, you're talking to her. Just that's the best way. Just send a thought, say, hi mum, I'm having a crap day today, or we're having a good day today, or whoever it is, if it's someone's son, someone's dad, or whatever. That's the best way to communicate. There's no better communicator than them themselves, because it's their natural family. All a psychic is, and a medium, is a communicator. We're just passing the messages on. But they can send the thoughts up themselves to them direct.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah?
Want to go to the next one, Joe?
Yeah, we'll have a couple more.
Yeah, okay. So we got Natalie Kennedy.
Hi, Natalie Kennedy.
Well, Natalie's saying she's going through a divorce, a house move as well. She's pretty stressful. Would there be any messages to guide me through this difficult time? I'm having a lot of bizarre dreams on my grandparents.
Okay, so Natalie, sorry, anyone going through a divorce, really stressing and bad times, you get what I'm saying? So don't even want to go there, actually. So I can fully understand exactly what you're actually going through. The bad news is that it could take you about another 18 months before you sort everything out, yeah? Also as well, I can see change of property within the next 6 months. But I think what's happening is that your mind is over racing and there's too much data and too much negativity being clogged in. So again, you need to slow the order down, try and do something that's positive. But I know that at the moment you can't because you're stuck in a rut and everything feels like it's falling to bits around you. But try and separate them into categories. First of all, accept the change. That is the hardest thing to do. Okay, we have to accept change. It's like a new book, a new chapter. We don't always like what we want to read, but it's happening. So we can't change, but what we can do, we can learn to accept that there's changes happening. But then you have to make sure that while you're going through a difficult time, is that eventually that book, that chapter will change and you will start liking things again.
Yeah.
And that's why I said it could take about 18 months before everything balances out. She's got quite a really good sense of humour as well, believe it or not. Yeah. So I hope that helps you, and I hope a lot of things start coming back lucky for you.
So I was going to go to the question. Before we go, can you just remind everyone that we've got a new Instagram on Joe Power Psychic that can follow us if they want?
Yeah, everyone, like I said, this is... Yeah, we are taking bookings. It must be the same bubble, the same family. So if you want any private readings, there has to be the same bubble, the same people in the house. If I'm coming out to your house, we do have a new Instagram. Love to see us on Instagram. Me and Christos are always on there. How long's it been open now, Christos?
I think it's only been on for a year.
It's been on for a year, but we're building it up good anyway. So do you want to tell them what the Instagram is?
It's like Joe Power Psychic. It's got 4,000 followers.
Is that all?
That's all, Joe. That's why I'm telling you to give them a
Okay. What about the person? Have we got a lucky winner for tonight that I'm going to give a phone call to?
Not yet. I'm going to pick them after the video.
Oh, you're gonna check the video out.
Yeah, about 10 minutes after the video, I'll announce it on the page.
Okay. Okay. Are you all enjoying Psychic Sundays, everyone? Give us a thumbs up or a wave if you are. Okay. Shall we take one more, Christos?
Yeah. Let me just go to this. Before we go to the next question, Joe, what exactly do you do when you go to houses and private readings? What's the difference with the phone readings?
I scare everyone.
You scare everyone.
Yeah. No, okay. No, most people that you go, right, the normal people like us, right? When I say normal people, I love down-to-earth people. I love people just being who they are, just natural or whatever, yeah? I have had some like really, really unusual readings when I've gone into people's houses. But when I go, sorry, just repeat that question again, because your mind just went there. Go on. Okay, basically what happens is that if I'm doing 3 readings, one person will come in, into say the living room. I never sit in someone's kitchen, so if you'd ever tell me to come and sit in the kitchen, I don't do that. I like to sit in your living room on your best chair. So basically, as soon as they come in the room, I have a pen and a piece of paper, and I've always had a pen and a piece of paper, even when I do murder cases or whatever. I'll always just, you know, dot down information quick. But I need their voice, their energy quickly, because if I say I've got a certain person, and they might give me the day that they died, or, you know, it's the mum, the dad, I need them to validate. I need their voice, their communication. Once I'm happy I've got the connection, yeah, then I might get other people in the spirit world as well that is coming through with them. But I will look for the main people and the main people that they want to speak to, and I will try and get the messages or the detail from them. So that's what I do.
Okay. What about murder cases, Joe? How does that work exactly?
Okay, so murder cases. So say you went into say. Okay, so if they come in for a murder case, okay, I'll give you an instance. Okay, so either murder or suicide. I done a reading a couple of years ago, and it was really lovely lady, and she'd had a son. I didn't know at the time he was being murdered in Ireland, and really unfortunate the circumstances. So basically, I was just picking up the data of. I'm looking for data, information, and you know sometimes you'll get it really strong. If you get it vague, you're not happy with that. So I could see a caravan is clear in the middle of nowhere, the caravan, yeah? And then the next thing is that the lady's not said anything to me at all. And then the next thing is I heard, not seeing the toes, I could hear in my mind's eye the toes, and then I had a vision of feet, yeah? So I said to the lady, I said, I really don't know what I've got. I've got a young man here, and I can see the caravan, and I can see his feet or toes or whatever. And she said, can I just stop you? They'd actually murdered his son, yeah? And they'd actually put his body right by the caravan. But when they dug to go into the grave, what they dug is that a dog walker had walked past, and because his feet and toes had risen, they never buried him enough, and that's why he showed me his toes. So the mother then knew that that was her son. Yeah? So if that gives you a little bit, that's what you're looking for. That's the type of data. So if I was looking to see, if I was trying to find a body, that's what I would be seeing in the vision. And that would lead say like police or whoever or family that was looking for a person. And with suicide, I'll just give you a quick one. Another one, someone had phoned me up and asked me, basically, someone's gone in the river. So I had to follow the water. They showed me which way the water was going. So whether it was going to the left or it was going to the right. But unusual, I see a new concrete in that river. So wherever the new concrete was, apparently that's where the body was washed up on the new concrete. So that's the type of detail that you're looking for if you can get it.
Yeah, it really depends on the case, doesn't it?
It depends on the case, yeah. Yeah. But you know, there's all different circumstances.
Okay.
Okay?
I think that's all the questions we really have, so unless anyone else wants to have a little quick one before we go.
What, a little sneaky one?
A little sneaky one. Just remind them that there is a contest going on, so I'll be different from one once this is over.
Yeah, if who's ever shared tonight's video, should we pick that contest out tomorrow morning?
I can pick it tonight, so it'll just be more exciting for them, won't it?
Should we get them really excited? I mean, if they've shared it, I mean, they could be the winner. So, and remember that lady said, how will they know if it's Joe Power? If you're watching this video now, you can click a little button on your phone and I can actually look at you. But you don't really need to look at the person, by the way, when you have a private reading. If anyone notices when I have a reading with them, I don't look at them because I'm listening to the data that's coming through from the other side. Yeah? But if they want to like check me out, make sure it's me on the end of the phone, that's not a problem.
Yeah.
So anyway, Christos, thank you so much for tonight on our second week of Psychic Sundays live with Joe Power. and Christos. Christos, my nephew, by the way. He's from Cypriot, and I was going to say little nephew, but he's about 6'4", so I have to be good. So you want to say goodbye to Christos?
Yeah, good night, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the show.
And listen, anyone that is obviously lost anyone, we'll say a little prayer for you, and we'll see you next Sunday, and we'll hopefully get the sound going right. And it's definitely Christos's fault, because I said to him before we started, I said, Christos, is there anything wrong with the sound? And he never checked it. So don't blame me. Okay, so enjoy your Sunday. Go and have a drink. Go and enjoy yourself. And don't forget, try and stay as positive as you possibly can. I know it's difficult for everyone. And we'll see you next week on Psychic Sundays Live with Joe Power and Christos. Good night and God bless everyone. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Thank you. We have to try and switch it off. We couldn't switch it off last week. Okay. See you later. Bye.